everyone! Are we all excited for 2019? I know I am. And today I'm here to share with you some of the things I have planned out for this new year in regards to reading challenges, later a unique way of how I'm going to be deciding my January TBR, and also how I'm going to be a little more engaging for both myself and hopefully for you as well for what I'm reading and watching TV shows, movies, etc. and games. So I'm here to share some things with that with you as well. So let's get started. One of my biggest goals for 2019 is in regards to my reading. I always tend to buy more books than I actually have the time to read in a year. And I have a ton of books that have been sitting on my shelves for many years past now that I've gotten in various deals, bargains, and ways of collecting. So I want to get through some of these. I literally own thousands of books between what I have digitally and what I own in physical copies to read that I've never read. So I really want to get through some of this. So to help me with that, I joined 2 reading challenges that I'm hoping will be an engaging way to motivate me to go more. One is with Beat the Backlist by Novel Night. That has a Hogwarts House Cup mini challenge that goes with it that is optional to join. So if you're a Harry Potter fan, I think you'll get a real kick out of that one. And the other one is the 2019 Backlist Reader Challenge, and that is hosted by the Bookworms Horde. Sorry. I'll leave both their links down below. They're pretty similar. Basically, the goal is to read books from 2018 or older that are already in your piles or on your TBR list. You don't have to own the books. I'm taking that more for me as a way of doing it, but it's to read books that you've already wanted and or planned to read that you haven't and haven't gotten to yet. Instead of adding more to our things, there's always new releases. We're always discovering new titles. You know, oh, this came out 2 years ago. I wish I didn't realize, or something like that. We always do that, I think, you know, if you're a reader. And the goal is to focus on what you've already planned to read, what you've already sort of committed to on some degree, even if it's just on a list, you know, online or a piece of paper or even a mental list, whatever you have, I guess. And to get through those. So that is going to hopefully help me. Along with that, right now, I'm doing the Coyer, it's Clean Out Your E-Reader challenge. It's for the winter here. It started in December, it goes through March, so I'll leave the link down below for it. But basically, the primary goal of this is to read books that you've received for free or paid very little for that are ebooks. This can include like all ARCs, Amazon freebies, things like that. They're very easy to add up to, and then they just get pushed off and forgotten about for a lot of people. So that is how I'm focusing on those particular books, and to get through some of those is with this reading challenge. So that's what I have currently going on reading-wise. One of my engaging ways I'm hoping to change to share some of my hobbies and interests is I got a couple sheets here and I want to find some more, but my friend sent me these, and this is a really cute way of I'm hoping to track my books. I'll be starting here, and literally I can write the title in, and then I'm going to be coloring in the book a certain shade, and I've decided to do this based on my rating of it, what I thought of it. So I have 5 colors here. You actually turn these around. So in order, these are kind of like some favorites to least favorite colors of mine. Nothing against any particular color. This is just a personal preference. I wanted a spectrum. So this is one of my all-time favorite colors. I love this color. It's always super cheerful. It brings me up in different varying shades. So this is what I'll be using for like a 5-star or close to it. After that is, whoops, this purple here, or any other purple, I might change this up, will be for like around the 4 range. Blue for around the 3. Blue is still a color I really, really like, and a 3-star to me is still good. I don't diss on the 3 stars. A 3-star means I enjoyed it. It probably just isn't rereadable or rewatchable a lot, but I did enjoy it while I went through it. That's kind of how I think on a 3-star usually. For 2 stars is this, what they call golden yellow. I'm not a big fan of the oranges to yellow, so I kind of went for that. I don't dislike them. If you do like them, that's your favorite color. Sorry. It's just not one of mine to be around. I'll blame clothing starting with. It just clashes with me horribly. So not a favorite color of mine. The last thing I have is brown. Now, brown to me is probably the most negative and depressing of all the colors here. And so it's just kind of often known as a drab color. I was debating between that and gray. But 1 star. The color of poop, literally. Go with that. So, I'll be coloring these accordingly. I might even use 2 colors, so if it's between like a 3 to a 4, you know, it's like a 3.5, I might use like both of these or something. Or if it's like a 4.5, I might go to here, etc. But this is so I have a visual representation as I color these in to what I actually liked. And am I reading things that I actually enjoy? So that is kind of one of my goals to do there. I also have this one here that I got. This is going to be, I'm going to use this, well, not just for movies, it says movies, but I'll be using this for both movies and TV shows. I'll track what episode to what episode within the month. I'll like start, you know, season 1, episode 3, and watch to season 2, episode 6 of whatever, just for an example. I will leave the up to until the end of the month. And circle this lets me know, and when I share with you what I've watched and what I've done for the month, this is an easy reference, I think, for both me and visually for you as well. So I'm hoping that helps me. I wish I found one for video games. I have yet to be able to do so. I do want to as well, to track and share some of the video games I am playing. But I'm not sure how I will even want to do that just yet. So that's on hold. But I will share briefly, one of my plans is to mix, I have a lot of older games. And so one of my goals is to mix an older and newer and going kind of back and forth. Have one older game I'm working on and one newer game. And on the consoles, and then probably have one computer game running at any given time. Right now, I actually don't have kind of an older game. It's kind of between. My main focus is right now I'm doing 3 things I'm playing. 2 are both my computer. One is House Flipper that just came out. It's fairly new. On Steam, I've been getting a kick out of that one, and also replaying a lot of The Sims, working on Sims 3 right now, and doing just different challenges I'm finding for that. Those are my computer games I've been doing. Also, I've been working on the Kingdom Hearts saga because the last game, the Kingdom Hearts 3, comes out, I believe, the end of January, if not early February, but I believe it's the end of January, and I'm super excited for that one. And I wanted to refresh myself on the other past games before that does come out. So that is my plan with that. So, moving on, those are some of my fun things I plan on doing in 2019 interest-wise, and I'll be sharing with those hopefully with you in a better recap from now on, what I'm doing. But now it's time to move on to my TBR. So I already have a few books picked out with people that I plan to read based on some Goodreads group challenges and people that want to do buddy reads. But besides that, I also have a list of books that I want to read that I've listed up that I, like I said, have copies of various sorts that I want to get to for various reasons. And I wanted to kind of make it fun and random. And I've seen some people let others pick their TBRs. I've seen people, you know, I saw spin the wheel one time do it that I thought was really cool. I've seen the jars are pretty common, but I want to do one that fit me. And so I decided to do, well, I'm a role player. I used to do a lot of tabletop role playing that I haven't done, so my poor dice are not getting any use hardly anymore. So you can probably hear me hitting them here for a while now, is I have a handful of dice here, and they are going to literally be rolling my TBR based off some select criteria I have. So give me just a moment here. I'm hoping I'll get this actually cut out of the video, but I'm going to turn my camera and give you a better angle of my computer here where we are going to set up for that. 1 second. Oh, my computer's making noise at me. Okay. So, 1 second. Okay. I'm going to turn you here. You're going to lose sight of me completely, as you can probably tell. And I think, there we go. There we go. That just has you fairly well correct right there. Perfect, I think. I know it's not actually perfect, but I did want to try to give you my main screen. I think you can still see everything. Yeah, you guys can. Okay. Just wanted to highlight that to make sure I got it right. So what I have here is, this is a shelf. As you can tell, there's 216 books on here. These are books that I'm kind of interested on focusing on reading. By the way, if you ever want to know why I said I have a lot of books I own, this is just, not even, I'm about a half to 2/3 of the way listing the books I own, and that's where they're at. My 3,662, and I have more on my Kindle, probably just as many, versus my red shelf. Yeah, I have thousands. So, as you can tell, I got to get moving. Anyways, don't mind the other stats on here. So, what I'm doing is I have 8 books I'm going to select via rolling dice. So, and I'm going to roll different types of dice for each thing. So, the first thing I'm going to roll is a 20-sided die here. And that is going to be, so basically the top 20 books in this current order, which is I have right now selected by number ratings. So this is basically the most popular book. So one of the 20 most popular books that I have on this particular shelf is what I'll be reading, and the dice will decide that for me. I'm going to change the view slightly to take this a little easier. Okay, here we go. So, I'm going to roll the die, and it picked number 4. I'm just going to kind of cover that, lift it so you can see it better. Yeah, 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So that has, for me, picked out The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. So this is a fantasy novel that I will be starting. I've technically started this book, and I believe I finished it years ago, but I never continued the series. And I've always wanted to, so I need to get back into that. So that is what this is going to be. So there's that one. Next one, we're going to go back now. That's actually a large book too. Okay, so the next category is to actually do is the opposite of that, the least popular. So this is for books that, hey, we have not had a lot of people reading these. And for that, I'm going to roll a 12-sided die for that one. So I have 12 books here. Let's see, that one hasn't been rated at all. That's kind of sad. Okay, so I'm just going to go with good or bad. This is what it's going to be. That doesn't count because it kind of fell over. 10. Okay, so I'm going to spin the die there so you can see, and just there if you didn't get a good view that way. Whoops, so I got 3, 6, 9, 10 right here. So The Stranger She Knew by Gail Wilson. So this is going to be a old Harlequin romance that has been sitting on my shelf for way too long. Hopefully. Some of these are decent, others of these can be, well, trashy. So that's going to be a bit of a risky one, but it's an older book. Yeah, 1999, there you go. It's just kind of been shoved off to the side. That one won't be too long, though. Okay, so that's those two. The next one is to go back again, and I'm going to be rating for the best rating. So, is this next category. No, other way. So the highest rated according to Goodreads. I have a 10-sided die for this one. I'm going to do 2 of these, highest and lowest, because 10-sided dice are often used in percentages, but, well, you still roll them in pairs, so I will still be rolling 2 books. So I'll start with this one, and this is going to roll for the highest rated, and I'll be choosing a book from that. So number 1. Nice and even town. Okay. So this is one that is actually coming out that I have as an ARC book that I'll be reading. So that won't help with my reading challenges otherwise, but it's still something I own, so I still can do it. Okay. The next is the opposite of that. This one is the risky one. This is actually has the lowest rating. This is the books that people don't like. Again, I want to choose one of the top lowest books that I have on this list that people did not like. Well, I guess this gets on there just because it hasn't been rated. So that works. By the way, if by chance something comes up that is already listed on here, oh well, I just have one less priority book to read that month. Yay me. If that happens by chance. So this one, it got a 4. So you can kind of see there. So 4 in is The Island by Jen Minkman. I've actually read this. I read it a while back. At first, I didn't like it, but if you actually finish the book, to me, it was pretty good. But it's been a while, and I know there was a sequel, and I never got the chance to read it. So this is going to actually be a reread for a refresh for me. Okay, moving back again. The next one here, now we deal with those, is what has been on my Goodreads shelf, maybe not owned, but at least on some kind of shelving here, the longest. So I have an 8-sided die for that one that will be deciding that. Let me just get the pictures up. I'll roll this while it does that. It rolled a 3. So 1, 2, 3. That's Dark Whispers here. So this one, I don't remember finishing it, but I rated it. I think I started it, but I don't know what I did there. So, if nothing, it's going to be a refresher so I can read the fourth and final book. This is based on unicorns. It's a fantasy. It starts off easy reading, and each book gets bigger and thicker than the one before. So, that's been fun. The books grow with you as a reader. So, the next category, I'm going to do again in groups of 2. I have 2 6-sided dice for this. Is based off page numbers. I'm going to roll once for the longest book that I own. And I'm going to try to read that, whatever's on here that's long. And then the opposite, which is the short. So we'll start with the longest. Stop. I'm doing something crazy, don't mind me. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm probably not going to be editing this very much because I don't have enough time. Not to mention I'm still not good at the editing thing. So, ready? Here we go. 6 books. 5 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, Ink Death. Okay, the 3rd Ink World book. The first 2, and now I get to finish the series. Okay, that's going to be a good-sized book to read. Okay, but it's an easy read overall type of reading. It's not heavy detailings. Next is the shortest. So this is going to be a lot of like novellas and things like that, I believe. And yeah, a little short stuff. But it's always good to have something short to read each month just to refresh. So, again, 6. Okay, so Eternal Passion is what I'm reading there. So it looks like some adult reading on that one. Okay. Last category is for a 4-sided die, and actually I have to go to a different shelf for this one. Out of these, and it was out of all of these, all turn to 16, I did have my husband pick out 4 books that he thinks in particular I should read. So he picked out 4 titles, and one of these 4 I will try to read. So these are the 4 books that he picked out of all these. So I have The Dollhouse Murders, To Nowhere, The Unwanted, and It. So one of these will be something I read. Let's see what it will be. Number 4, It. Which is probably the one he wants me to read the most and has been wanting me to read. Stephen King is his favorite author, so he's always encouraged me to read more of his books. Alright, so I know that's another really big one to read then. So that's it. Those are the choices there. Of what I plan to read here, and I hope that maybe you might enjoy some of these yourself, or see some things you would like me to read in the future. If your eye did catch something while they're flipping through here, feel free to mention that you'd like me to read them, and I'll get back to you on that. In the meanwhile, everyone, I hope you have a great New Year's, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.